Okay, so start with neck stretches. If you want to go back, stand on the mat. We're going to turn the hands out this way. Okay, and just look up and across. So stretching down here into the arm and just hold it for about 10-15 seconds. And then just bring it back to the center then in between then and up across. I'm not sure if that's... Sorry, I'm going to pin my video again. Okay, alright, so other side then. Open hands, look across. You don't look too far back or else it kind of gets back here, so just up in front. And then back to the center again. And just completely up in the air. And back down. Okay, so again when we go down here, so we're going to go down to the opposite hand, so just think again about nodding towards that hand. It's this side of the neck you're getting. And then back to center. Let's twist it over. Nod to the other side. And again, not to put too much pressure on it yet. The neck needs a little bit of loosening out first. Back to the center. And then just tuck down. A few deep breaths. Think of just the neck and upper back. Okay, perfect. Loosen out the arms. We're going to do full body circles with a wideish squat stance. You won't go really, really wide or anything like that. What we'll do is full body circles. Grab the hands like that, go down to about knee height, and then come up to the top. Back around the other way, down about knee height, and then up. Okay. Each time we do it, just try to go that little bit further down, get a bit more stretch in the lower back. Okay, and again mostly it's the lower back, sides, and a bit of the hips that you're getting. As you get a bit lower, it will be the hamstrings. Okay, so just back and forward, always swapping so you don't get too dizzy. And again, breathe out when you're down here, in when you're up here. Again, a little bit lower each time. Full body circles. Perfect. 2 more then. Lower, lower, lower. Good. And up. And lower all the way down. Perfect. Okay, so into a little bit of legs there now. We're gonna, if you need balance for this one as well, hold on to something. So grab a chair, grab the couch, but leg kicks. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 leg kicks on the right and 10 on the left. Nothing super wild or anything like that, just nice and easy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Just to loosen them out, that's all. Again, hold on to something if you need to. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's stretch the quad here and the hamstring of the other leg. If we grab the foot here, okay. Again, let's try to get the knee back as far as you can first. And then just let's tilt over a small bit again, and you get a hamstring stretch here. And back to the top. Okay, so these are very active stretches for now. We'll do a bit more holding ones later. But yeah, quad here, back, and tilt. Okay, and just again, don't forget the leg at the back as well. So as you tilt over, it's not just the hamstring, the quad here. So last one here. Leg goes back as far as it can first, and then high, quad stretch, hamstring stretch. Great, okay. Loosen that out. Let's go for the other side. Okay, so grab the ankle, get the quad stretch first, and tilt it over. Alright. Whoop. Again, also on that, if you need balance, grab something. Excellent. Okay. Again, the sequence is back with the knee and lean forward. We're going to go back into the wide position. So, sorry, where's this? Needs to be moved down a bit, sorry. Couldn't see anything up to that point. Down here, wide, okay? So, we're going to have the hands out, thumbs up, and just squat, okay? Now bring the hands out, and forward, out, and forward. More of a postural one now. And again, as I said, these active ones at the start. Okay, that's 5. A little bit up higher. Go up overhead. 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Okay. Now bring the feet in where you would normally squat maybe, or just a little bit narrower than that. We can allow the heels to come off the ground in this one here. I'm going to place our hands in front. So a deep squat position anyway from here. So reach down to the floor. The heels can come off a small bit. And just lean into the elbows. And the elbows are pushing the knees to the side. And just again rocking back and forward. And like that. When you get back, you can try rock to the heels. That's okay. But when you're leaning forward again, step on the toes. Push the knees out. A nice lovely stretch on the inner thighs. Okay, lean forward until push the knees out. Excellent. Okay. Now, again, just sit down there for a second. The heels touch the floor, that's good. Okay, and that's a good test of the flexibility. Anyway, start. Okay, let's hop down to the knee. We're going to go hip flexor and deep lunge here. Okay, so hip flexor first. Again, we focus on just keeping the rib cage down and do a small lean forward so we get our hip flexor and we just reach across to the opposite side. So same leg, same arm and reach and just hold. So go for holds from now on really. We won't be going too much active movement. Okay, and now we're going to come down. Hands on the ground, you know the story here, try to get the elbows close to the ankle. Sink into it, let the knee fall out. So I'm just going to switch the direction. I'm sure you know what to do anyway, but let the knee fall out to the side, get the elbow down, and holding position, but you can do little rocking back and forward. That's just helps you find the correct stretch. And down. Now, back to the hip flexor. So one more time hip flexor, one more time lunge. So this time, I'll just switch over it again. We're going to go a bit further forward with it. So longer stretch on this one here. We want to keep this straight, okay, rib cage down. If we extend on this one here, again, we're putting pressure on the back that doesn't need to be there, and we don't focus on the hip flexor as much. So keep that back straight, lean, deep down, hip flexor pushes that direction. Okay, and then you can pretty much go straight then into your deep lunge. Let the elbow, the knee fall out to the side, elbow goes down, and like with every stretch, just start off with the easiest amount of a stretch, and then just building it up as you go. So now let's switch to the other side. As it for this one, we keep rib cage down, and we just lean forward just a slight bit. So just again, you're talking about 3 or 4 out of 10 kind of a stretch on this one here, and reach over with the hand. Nothing huge on the front of the thigh or front of the hip. And again, you'll find like one side tighter than the other. So on that side, don't drive into the stretch as much because it's tighter as it is. So it'll actually it'll tense up even more. So just on tight muscles, just ease into the stretch nicely. Alright, down again. Let the knee fall out. Elbows trying to go down as low as you can. Okay, for video purposes, go this way. Okay, let the elbow fall out. Okay. And again, just start off with the easier stretch and then move your way down to the lower stretch. So like the closer your knee is to your elbow, the more you'll get underneath the thigh here. As you let it out to the side, it tends to be a bit more on the hip there as well. So you can kind of change based off where you feel tight. Okay, back to this hip flexor again. And like we did the last time, let's go deep down into it that way, forward. Okay, keep the back straight now. Okay, and find the stretch again. This one just a little bit tighter on this one, so about up around the 4 or 5 out of 10 stretch now, so not very painful, but a good enough stretch. Okay, now again, let's get the elbows down. We're already in the deep lunge position, so let's get down to it. Let the knee fall out as well, don't forget about that. And just stretch the area that you want to focus on. Knee close for the hamstring, knee out for the glute. Okay, and we come back. Now we're in a kneeling position here now. So with this one here, if it's painful on the legs inside, I just adjust the feet. But basically what we're going to try to do here is our posture exercise for staying upright. So you can see from here that we're trying to just focus on chest up. Okay, and then we're going to do our external rotations like we always do. Okay, so thumbs out and squeeze back behind. Postural muscles here now. Again, just underneath the shoulder blades, and we're going to go with 20 reps on these ones like we do normally. Okay, sit up if you need to, but again, always just keeping that strong posture, open shoulders, and squeezing the shoulder blades together at the end. Perfect. Lost my count, I'm sure I'm there about 15 now. Okay, so when you get that extra squeeze at the back there, that helps. You don't start the movement with the shoulder blade squeeze. You start it by rotating out and then squeezing. Okay, rotate out, squeeze. All right, do one more here now. Excellent. Okay, while we're here, so that one that I call the bicep floss. Again, let's turn the hand with the pinky upwards and just push upwards into the ceiling with the elbow. Nice stretch there on the bicep and some way into the shoulder as well. You don't need to do too much with the head or anything like that. Okay, just turning the hand and pushing up. Relax that side up. Same with this one. Turn the palm up or the pinky up and lift up towards the ceiling and get a nice stretch all along the bicep and a little bit of the shoulder. Excellent. Okay, so on to a seated position there now. So actually, sorry, no, we're not. On to adductors. Inside the thighs again here from a lengthened position there like that. So we're going to start from here. If you don't feel too much of a stretch on here, that's fine. Again, we'll be sitting back in a second, but we're actually going to do both positions. Okay, let's just go here first. There's a lot of active muscles here on the side, so just give them a chance to relax a bit. Okay, so just a few deep breaths here, and push that stretch on the inside here. So if you're pushing down into that, you'll switch off these muscles here at the side. So push down into the floor and relax. In 3, 2, 1. Let's just try to lean forward into this one here now. Again, set the hips back like that. Okay, so good posture all the time. And again, this is just a reminder of the posture. You can rock forward and back if you like. Okay, rock forward, back. All right. Again, this is one you don't need to like go into extreme stretches on, or else it'll start to tighten up a little bit. So just a nice little stretch, a nice little rock back and forward, and we're good to go. Now, okay, so we'll switch to the opposite side. Okay, we hop up, get the foot out, nice and upright first of all. Okay, let all the muscles in here, or sorry, the muscles up here relax for a second. Okay, and then we can stretch that a little bit better. Okay, so just again a straight line down with the leg here, out, toes facing forward is a lot easier. Just forward-ish as well. Sorry, you don't have to like emphasize too much of turning the foot in. Let it just relax, but flat-footed. Hands out now. Let's lean back and rock forward and back. Again, if you want to stay back here for a little bit there as well, stay back there if it's a better, nicer stretch for you. It's just nice to kind of ease into it and see that you get a bit further each time when you come back and forward that way. Yeah, so just test your range there a little bit. If Here fine, but it's a nice stretch either way, no matter how flexible you are here. Lovely stretch. Okay, next up is the old pigeon. Okay, so I think I'll do this lengthways here, like that, but hands out in front, you know the way this goes. Up into plank position, we want to drive the knee between the hands and sink down on top of the leg. So actually feel a bit tired today, so I'm going to sit upright. Okay, have that leg long back behind you, and you're tilting the hip, you're tilting onto the hip that you're trying to stretch, so sinking this way. Okay. Now you can do many different movements on this one to change around the stretch of it. Make sure that toe is straight, so it's tucked up. You can lean forward for a little bit. You can go to the side. You can go to the other side. Just all different areas around the hip is nice. Perfect. If it's too strenuous, again, you just get up onto the back knee and you just ease off the pressure a little bit by pushing that down into the ground. Okay, so back up into the push-up position here now. Let's get the knee in. The knee in as far as possible, and just makes it easier to set up. Okay, tilt down to the ground, sink down low, or stay high, and just twisting. So again, like I was saying the last time with this one, you just figure out the sides that I'm sure you know, but figure out the sides that were tighter and spend a little bit more time on them later or throughout the week. And this is my tight side. I'm back up. Okay, so a little bit more posture stuff, a little bit more core. So the bird dog with leg rainbows is what we're doing. So basically what we want to do is hands and knees, and we're going to lift one hand and we're going to do rainbow movements with the leg behind, so that's the glute muscles and the glute med here on the side, just to work on the postural muscles of the hips, the back and the core as well. So let's get set up. Hands and knees. See if I have room. One hand is out. Okay, tighten the core. Drop the leg out to the side. We're going to lift up and out to the side and back up and around. So little rainbows. I'm going to go this way just so you can see better, or a bit more space. So we're going up and around, up and around. Okay. All we need is 10 of these and the leg will be burning. I have no space here for some reason. Over and over. Okay. Little rainbows. Always keep an eye on that hand. Make sure the hand is high enough. Over and back. The sides have to really work on this as well. The obliques as you're bringing the leg out. And the supporting arm as well. 10. Okay, so get a good bit of work done on one exercise there. Now, so the left arm or the opposite arm is going to go out. Tighten the core. Lift that leg. Okay, so we're going to go up, out, down, and back. 2. That's it. Back. 3. Arm tight, arm nice and high, core tight, and the glutes are working. Again, all of these stabilizer muscles. If you're not losing the balance, it's a key part of this one here now. Both arms and legs are working here to keep you balanced. Whew. And bring that down. Okay, so that was the bird dog section today. And now we're going to the cobras and child pose. Okay, so down, lie flat on the floor. Okay. Let's lift up a small bit here. Just take 2 or 3 breaths while you're here. Again, if that's too much, you just come down to the elbows and you do the exact same thing from the elbows. Good. Okay, so we're gonna actually take the hands to the side here and lift up and down. We just need to do one set of 10 reps. Squeeze the shoulder blades down at the back. Good. So again, thumbs are up. Just helps with the external rotation of the shoulders. Good. Now, got 4 more to go. Shoulder blades back and down so that we're using the correct muscles here. Last one. Excellent. Okay, so then like I said then, we're going to go back into the cobra, but it'll be the child pose next, so we get a nice stretch on the other side of the torso. A few deep breaths, and let's come back into the child pose. Okay, so put the knees to the sides. I'm going to walk to the left or the right. Hold there. Lovely stretch underneath the arm here now. You can reach right out in front and to the side. Emphasize the arm that you're stretching, so reach with that one. And then center all the way out. And then the other side. Reach forward and out. And back to center. Now what we'll do is tilt forward a small bit more, and that actually gets into the chest a small bit, so that you're not completely sitting back, you're actually forward a bit, and that gets into the chest. Drop the head down between them. Take a few deep breaths. And let's come on to that one. Okay, so on to the next section there. V-stretch, 3-point reach. Okay, so get into feet wide like that. Okay, see if I'm correct on camera. Okay, so wide position. We're going to go the 3 points are 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. Okay, and we're going to go between them twice each. Okay, so we go center, side, center, side, center, side, and so on. Okay, until we have 2 done of each. All right, so let's go to center first, reach. Okay, and just hold. Again, with this one here, like the other ones, don't go too far until you feel comfortable, because it's around the knees there. Again, it's a bit painful if you go too far. Let's go to this side. When you go to the side, it'll be a little bit more of the lower back than it will be the hamstring, but again, let's twist to the side here and lean over. Don't really like leaning for the toe on this one here, so we're just going to tilt down so that we get the elbow to the floor. And up. Okay, so let's go back to the center just for a quick second. Just let's reach out. It's almost like a little test in between. Okay, go a little bit further. Perfect. So let's come back. Now spend a bit of time over here. Okay, again, like I'm saying there, elbow to the floor is the best way to think about it. And reach with the hands, not super far like that, just down towards the shin. And just a mini test there, so we'll do both sides one more time, but just a mini test here in the center again. Get the hands out. And then back in. Okay, so left and right one more time. Left into lower back. Now again, if you do want to, at this stage now, we can turn up the toe a little bit more. You don't need to reach any further, but if you turn up the toe, you'll get into the calf up here a little bit better. And back to center, just a quick reach. And off we go to the other side. So in here and here, like I said there, if you want it, you can't really see. Sorry about that. Now the toe, I'll move the camera down a second. Toe up and reach forward. Okay, so you stay in position just in the V-stretch position there. Just move this down a small bit. Apologies. See better? Okay. So from this position here, bend the knee, so slightly just small bend. So this is actually well, I called it the upright happy baby. So I think you can do this one lying down more often. You'd see it lying down, but from here, just a slight bend. The knees are going out, and you're grabbing the ankles. Okay, and you're just leaning forward and trying to get. I think where the stretch comes in is trying to get the feet back as far as you can and reaching forward. Okay, whether it's ankles here or forward here by the toes, and you're getting both a stretch on the inner thighs here. And earlier on when I was doing this one, I was getting a little bit more on my lower back, but my lower back tends to be a tight area anyway. So if you do get a stretch there, that's even better. Okay, not getting as much now. Okay, keep the feet wide, keep bringing the legs towards you. Again, turn the toes up. I think that's the identical position to the happy baby if you were to do this on the floor. Lean left and right. Okay, just let the feet just relax for a second there now again. Okay. Now, going to the outsides here. You see me there now again. Cross the leg over first of all. Okay, so from here, I don't tend to get too much of a stretch, so I'm just going to lift it a little bit off the floor. Same goes for you if you need a stretch and you're not getting one actually back here. Lift up the leg and pull it in towards you. Ankle and knee is kind of where you direct it, and pull the knee towards the body. Okay, so that will be stage 1. Hands go back, lift the foot up here now, and lean the body in towards the foot for stage 2. We don't need to bring this knee in too far. Okay, you can lean towards it and keep the leg slightly open in the angle, so that we can do our stage 3, which is, I think, would be a new one. We don't do this one in class, or we didn't do this one yet. So we lead this leg to the floor here, like that. Let this leg just relax a little bit, and we sink in this way. So it kind of looks quite contortionist like, but I think if you go into it that way, it's actually not too bad. Getting into position that way. So, okay, so we're here and we're trying to sink down here. So it's almost like the deep lunge, I guess, with the leg back here. Okay, now let's reverse out of that then. So we're back to this position here again, stage 2, and then we're back to the floor and in here for stage 1. Okay, so we basically got to do this all on the other side. I'm going to face this way, see if we have a better angle then. Okay, so stage 1 is cross the leg over. Yeah, I try to pull in there now like that, not working, so we'll grab the ankle and the knee and just pull in towards the body like that. And then we go to stage 2, which is just a slight lift of the leg, hands back down for balance and lean in. So you kind of waddle the hands in so that you get nice and close to that foot. Again, you can kind of twist and turn if you like, lean into it, different angles. Okay. I see on the Zoom we're on our last 9 minutes or so. It went really fast, didn't it? Okay, so let that leg fall to the side. Both arms come here, and you try to get that leg flat on the floor within reason. When it's kind of falling out to the side. So as I said, this was the tight leg that I noticed on the pigeon pose, so it's definitely going to be the tighter side here. I'm not able to get in as much. Okay, so you just adjust accordingly, whichever you try your best to get in nice and close here, like that. Okay, it's not too bad there now. So adjust your position if you need to. Try to get that foot down on the ground and lead into it. Lovely one for hips, actually. I really like that one. Oh, perfect. Okay, so back to kind of that V position. Just for a second, we're going to grab the ankle and put it back so we get a nice quad stretch. Okay, ankle and back. Okay, so we haven't done much quad stretch. We did a little bit there now at the start, but right now, up along the middle of the thigh, hips go forward. So that's step 1 to get this one better and stretch is just put the hip forward first. Do that first before anything. If you're needing more of a stretch there, drop the elbow to the floor and keep the hip hips pointing forward, and that'll get a good stretch for you there now again. Okay, so there is the step 3, which is getting to the floor. I'm not ready for that right now, so but just if you want to try it as a flexibility challenge, try get to the floor. Okay, not right now, ease into it. Okay, so we're back down to V position, the opposite leg. So grab ankle first, pull back and around. Okay, hip forward, first forward, and then you can drop the elbow and hold our stretch. Up along, a little bit of twist if needed, a little bit of reach if you want to. I'm a little bit more flexible on this side so I could get to the floor. Okay, a bit too much of a stretch. Okay, so ease back up in it and stay on the elbow. Okay, so it's important again to get that knee back behind you if you're not getting that stretch as it is. No, okay. Back to the V position. This time we're going to tuck one leg in and bring one leg back. Okay, so that we get our 90-90 position again. So this is deep into the hips. Again, more of a loosening of the deep hip muscles there again. So it's not as comfortable. I'm not as comfortable, but it's not the same sensation as you would get from like a pigeon stretch or that one that we were doing, the deep lunge even. So it's deep into the hip. So just hold this position here. And it's the internal rotation muscles we don't tend to loosen out as much. So right in here. Okay. If you can, you're trying to stay up here. It's a little bit too active for me doing that there now, which would kind of again counteract what we're trying to do. We're trying to relax the muscles. So I am gonna lean onto the hand, and that's what you need to do if sitting up here is a little bit too tensed. Okay, and again, just deep breaths here with this one here, and then with every exhale, you're trying to relax the hips into that internal rotation is what they say. So roll it in that way. Okay. Now again, to get out of it, we'll do the complete opposite of it. Then is out with the leg, and tuck the foot in. I did that a bit wonky, but it was easier just to switch over the other way. Okay, so again, foot in towards the knee. Okay, and again, we're already getting a stretch properly from here. But that toe at the tucked up angle as well does get the hip a bit more. Similar situation here, although not as much, so I could probably stay here actually. So yeah, you can sit up if you like, and again let that hip relax. So again, we've identified a specific tight side there now as well to spend more time on if you are throughout the day or throughout the week. Perfect. Okay, right deep in there now. Okay, so the other way to do this one was actually going back and forward like we do the last few weeks. So our hands go back and you just rotate the knees to the kind of the happy baby position there, and then we go to the side and we lean into it and take the hand off. So already I'm actually feeling a bit better, so hopefully you are as well. And you're getting deeper into that stretch there now as well too. Hands go back, we open the legs out over to the side, and again sit up here like that. David Fitz would be super happy with my progress on this one here. So if you're doing good on this one here, take a pose in this and send it on to David Fitz. He'll be delighted to see everyone getting better at their 90-90s. Hands back here. Okay, now the last one here we're going to do, I'm just going to check the time quickly on the thing so I don't get cut off too much. Yeah, 3 minutes, perfect. So we have enough time, so we have the 2. So the dead bug one again is just more postural based and a little bit of core. So we're going to lie back, legs out straight and hands out straight first. Okay, from here we're going to bring one leg in and lift the other leg and then swap while keeping the hands up and head up. Hard to talk during this one. Then we got 10 almost bicycles on this position, but you stop in each position, don't continuously move. Really stay core nice and tight. Over. We have 2 left. And stretch. Excellent. Okay. Got our dead bug in there, got that extra bit of core in. So we're actually standing up. First one we got 2 here. So we're going for the ragdoll first. So that's just kind of like what we were doing at the very start. Feet are out, but we did the full body swings or rotations. Now we're just gonna fold over the arms here this way and hang down, slight bend in legs, and do the ragdoll to both sides that way. Nice and easy. Getting a good hamstring stretch again. Let's bring the legs in a little bit further. And again, just slight bend and lean into it. Lower back and hamstrings. And this one, try not to have the legs locked out. Okay. If you do want them locked out, just stay a bit more active with the lower back and higher with the arms. But I still prefer a slight bend and being able to drop into that ragdoll position. And the last one then, okay, so if you need help to keep the heels on the ground, so just to show you, if you had the mat there, like we've done before, there, and if you get the heels up onto that, either that or we're holding on to something to keep yourself upright while having the heels on the ground, or sorry, while keeping the heels on the ground, go ahead and do that. So holding a chair, the couch, anything that keeps you upright. If not, raise the heels, and we're going to try and sink into this deep squat position here. So until the time is up, we're actually going to stay here and get comfortable with our deep squat position there while trying to be fairly relaxed. Okay, so that's why I'm saying getting the heels up. Now if this was like really active flexibility, you'd want the heels on the ground and you'd be holding really tight, but the muscles up along the shins get quite tight doing that, and the hip flexors as well. So you want to take them out of it by getting the heels up, and if it's still not enough, again you can get a cushion or something like that just to prop the legs up again that way and sit deep into this one here. Okay, and this again is our final test of flexibility. Okay, just until the time is up. Let every muscle around the hip relax. Have to think about, is this exactly comfortable position? And if it gets to be a comfortable position, that's a good target to have achieved. Okay, let's stand up out of this. Up, shake up the legs, and time is up. I'll catch you on the next one.